Hey guys, science time. We are reading Papa, Please Get the Moon for Me, and this is by Eric Carle. Okay. Before Monica went to bed, she looked out of her window and saw the moon. The moon looked so near. I wish I could play with the moon, thought Monica, and she reached for it. So, Monica want to do? That's right. She wants to play with the moon. What words tell you what she wants? Well, it says, I wish I could play with the moon. That's her words. But no matter how much she stretched, she could not touch the moon. Papa, said Monica to her father, please get the moon for me. So, why do you think that Monica can't touch the moon? Maybe because it's so far away? Because it's really up there in the sky. When you go outside at night, can you reach up and touch the moon? No, you can't do that. So Papa got a very long ladder. This is a very long ladder. He gave the very long ladder to a very high mountain. So on these past couple of pages, the author uses one word several different times. What word does he use a lot of? He uses the word very. It's written right here and it's underlined. And if I go back a page, carrying the ladder, he uses the word very also right there, and it's underlined there too. Wonder why he uses that for. Maybe to tell us that it's very, very, really, really high, huh? Okay. Then Papa put the very long ladder on top of the very high mountain. There's Papa going up the ladder from the tall mountain. Up and up he climbed. Finally, Papa got to the moon. My daughter Monica would like to play with you, said Papa, but you're much too big. Every day I get a little smaller, said the moon. When I am just the right size, you can take me with you. So, look at this. This is huge, isn't it? That's a big picture of the moon. So what does the moon tell Papa about taking it down? Does the moon say, every night I get just a little bit smaller, and when I'm just the right size, you can take me down? Exactly right. Wonder why the author used this illustration like this for, with this pull out like this. Maybe to show you how big the moon really is, huh? And indeed, the moon got smaller and smaller and smaller. And when the moon was just the right size, Papa took it Down and down and down he climbed. There he is going down the ladder because it got just the right size for his daughter Monica. Here, said Papa to Monica, I have the moon for you. Monica jumped and danced with the moon. She hugged the moon, threw it in the air, but the moon kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and finally it disappeared altogether. So on these 2 pages, what happens to the moon as Monica's playing with it? Oh, it's getting smaller. Why does it keep getting smaller and then disappears? Well, we've talked about the moon on a couple earlier lessons, and we talked that the moon, it goes from a dark moon where you don't see it until it gets very bright, and then when it's very bright, it starts smaller again to where it's dark again. What did we call that? Phases. It's phases of the moon. And then it disappears into total darkness. That's why she never saw it. But then after so many days, it starts getting bigger again, doesn't it? Wow. So here she is playing with it. Then one night, Monica saw a thin sliver of the moon reappear. Each night the moon grew and grew and grew. So what do you think happens to the moon? Well, these are the last 2 pages. What happened to the moon? It became a full moon again, so it grew back into a full moon. Okay. Well, how do you think Monica feels now that she sees it back out in the sky again? Do you think she's excited that it's there again? Do you think she'll want to play with it again? Those are good questions, aren't they? Well, this story, do you think this is an informational story or is it just a story? Now remember, an informational story is going to give you information about the moon or information about a topic. Did this book do that? No, this story was just a regular story. It was just a fun read story. It didn't give us a lot of information. All right. Because we've read some stories that are informational about the seasons and about the moon phases. Those are informational because it gives true facts about the topic. Okay? So what I want you to do today is, with Papa, please get the moon for me. I want you to write a note to Monica and explain to her what happens to the moon. So write a note to Monica and explain what happens to the moon. Okay, so that is your topic and your assignment, and make sure that once you do that assignment that you send it to me so I can see it, so I can mark it off. Okay, all right, bye guys.